Okay, class. So it was a question from December 2021. December 2021. And it was question number 4. It was question number 4. Now, class, we were through with the first question. And now we are in the second question, which is statement of financial position as at 31st March 2021. So Lang Limited, statement of financial position. As such, that 1st of March, you can see it's at 1st of March 2021. At 1st of March 2021, good. And we can use one column, sharing to be in thousand. Then we start with what we have there. And a non-current asset class. And a non-current asset. We have an item of PPE. We have an item of PPE. Then we have an item of investment, which we shall not record. But here we all know that we have goodwill. So now I want to know whether you are able to see the question, and I have to add something here. So class, what is the value? What is the value of the parent company? What is the value of the parent company and the PPE? The value of the parent company and the PPE. Tuko na ngapi? Parent company value and the PPE. Parent company, we are under PPE, property, plant, and equipment. 38, no. Parent company. 38,640, yes, 38,640. And we say, even the subsidiary, we take 100%, and that is 16,000. Something also affects our PPE, that is depreciation under charge, which was revaluation. How much was the revaluation? It was 6,400. Depreciation under charge, somebody to remind us, it reduces our PPE. How much was our depreciation under charge? Those are things that we have already done. We are finishing this, and we start another one. We finish today. We must finish 2. Today we must finish 2. Good. And the goodwill, if I can remember, it was 1,800. Goodwill at reporting. Goodwill at reporting. Can you give me the PPE? Saka tu tuianze tukiwa tunamaliza. No padding, no padding. What is the value? Frederick, 1,600 ni gani? 1,200 is it was 1,200. Remember, 1,600. But remember, this one was just from the origin. It was apportioned. Remember that one. Just remember from the origin. You know, bring that item, that value. Yeah, I know why you're saying 1,600. That we don't apportion items of the if at all that item was apportioned from the income statement, you bring that value, the apportioned value here. That's how Frederick understand why you're saying that. So, what's the value of PPE total? We'll just go to the current asset. And for the current asset class, we are having inventory account receivable and cash balance, cash at bank, inventory, receivable, cash at bank. Okay. Inventory class, we have 12 na 6. $6,000. So class, can you tell me what affect our inventory? What affect our inventory? This is a matter of adding up and subtracting. What affect our inventory? Come on, let's do it very fast. Nini huwa ina affect inventory yetu? UPS, right? How much was our UPS? How much was our UPS? I know once I mentioned that you remember. What is our UPS? What was our UPS? We computed that. Ilikuwa gapi? I can remember it was 4,000. And realized profit on closing stock. Then our account receivable is affected by intercompany debt. How much is our intercompany debt? Additional information number 4, 1,500. That reduced that. Our cash at bank is 13,632. So ISO has an adjustment, no other adjustment there. Then we go to equity and liability, no total assets. Then we go to equity and liability. Equity and liability. So for the equity and liability class, we shall have ordinary share capital. What did we say? If the consideration is through cash, for our ordinary share capital itakuwa namna gani? Our ordinary share capital itakuwa namna gani? Give me that. Ordinary share capital itakuwa namna gani? Ordinary share capital. What do we record? These are things that we have already said. Remember here we shall be having retained earning. Remember all those working to shamaliza. Or only the two which are remaining. If you can remember clearly, we said we take that of parent only, and this is 24,000. 24,000. Parent only. Yeah, Asante, that is Fatima Asante. Yeah, if the purchase consideration was through cash, parent only. We shall see another question where the purchase consideration is through share exchange. You see that now this value will change, it will increase, and we shall have another share premium, another item coming in, share premium. So thank you so much, Fatima. So for the NCI, and the retained earning, we shall compute them. We shall compute them. So let's now move to next part. Now move to the next part. And see how we shall compute them. So we go to non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities. So class, the non-current liability, we have 10% long-term debenture. 10% debenture. And this one, remember, we have 4,000 minus a half of 10% debenture, a half of 4,000. Because already the company did what? Acquired that. So this will be 2,000 without any hindrance. Then you go to non-current current liability. So for the current liability class, this is simple. Account payable and current tax. Account payable and current tax. Imagine this was free mark 1564, 15,000 plus 6,400. 1,500 plus 6,400, 598, 1,000 plus 800. So class, for the current tax, this was another free mark. It was to give us 5,800. And this was to, we want to less 1,500. I think with that, you can give me the totals here. You can give me the totals here. Can you start with the account payable here? Total account payable in ngapi? Can you give me the total as we get to understand our retained earning? Total? Total for our account payable? A matter of adding and subtracting. And there's somebody who is sleeping there. Don't know why. Total itakuwa ngapi? Somebody else to be giving me the total of inventory. Mwingine ashike receivable like that. So that we save time, please. Let's save time. 19,900. Let's save time. If you allow me, I would request we save time. Okay, give me that of the 3. At least we have the 3. Yeah, and also somebody to give me that of PPE. That of PPE as well. PPE tunahitaji pia. Tunahitaji hiyo ya PPE pia. Kwa sawa ukinipatia hizi. PPE ni 59,840. 59,840. Inventory. Asante kwa kuconfirm. Asante. Tumebakisha hizi 3. So that I show you now how the retained earning, you can compute it. For 10,000 inventory, we are doing well. Tuko ya mwisho. Tuko almost there. Receivable, account receivable. People are just confirming 13,700. Na sasa this one. Something 800. 16,800, eh? Yeah. 16,800. So nipatie total hapa. Total. Kindly check PPE. PPE wanasema tuangalie. Haya, acha tuangalie PP. Oh, PP sasa kuna kitu tuliacha. Zuri 16K. Okay. Zuri yako na ngapi? Acha tuangalie. Acha niangalie. Kadi nasema tuangalie Zuri. Oh, ni 6, ni sio 16 ni 6 eh? Asante. Yeah. No, wait. It's 16 bwana. It's 16. Class is Zuri Limited 16K, this one. Yeah, don't apportion. I hope, Catherine, you are aware that we don't apportion when it comes to the balance sheet. Tafadhali, that's a note. That's a note, Catherine. 16K, naona iko 16. Catherine, it is 16. Yeah, Catherine, kindly note that. So somebody to give me the total. 10, 106, 140. 106, 140, but during exam hakuna haja ya kushinda mpini, but sometimes inaweza kusavia. So class, that is it. Here we shall get total, equity, and liability. But remember, kuna item hatuna. We don't have two items. We don't have two items here. The NCI and retained earning. And for the two items during exam, kindly don't do them. Just put a question mark for your examiner to at least to answer. At least unampatia kazi pia kidogo. So you just put a question mark during exam. But for the sake of knowledge, let's do them. Let's do them. Let's calculation of computation, whichever term you use will be okay. Calculation of retained earning, or computation of retained earning. Computation of retained earning. So class, we are computing retained earning of Rank Limited and Zuri. We are trying to compare this Zuri Limited. Shillings are 1,000. Shillings are 1,000. Shillings are 1,000. Shillings are 1,000. Like that. So retained earning balance brought down. So class, from the question, the retained earning balance that was brought down for Rank Limited ilikuwa ngapi? The actual yenye iko brought down pale ni ngapi? Rank Limited ni ngapi? That's the direct, whatever that you can read there. And can you see 51,200? That is what we are asking. Retained earning, sorry. And then for Zuri Limited, still direct hapo ni 16,800, lakini kumbuka this was for the full year, right? This 16,800 for Zuri Limited, that was for the full year. Then, so we have to less post-acquisition profit. Profit for the year, post-acquisition, before acquisition, post-acquisition profit. Or retained earning, post-acquisition retained earning. So for the post-acquisition retained earning class, we had it, we computed it. When we were looking at goodwill, we had post-acquisition profit. We say that 6,800 included the profit for the year. And the profit for the year was how much? I want to see whether you are coming to space, to the pace or to the speed. What was the profit for the year for the Zuri Limited? Iko tu hapo kwa income statement. Unaweza iona pia. 6,000. And then before this company Zuri Limited was acquired, ilikaa peke yake miezi ngapi? I hope now you are up to speed. Ilikaa peke yake miezi ngapi? 3, right? So remember we had to pick 3 over 12 of 600 and then add. So there's an amount we got of 12 something. Somebody who can remind me, it was 12 something. I really remember that. When you are computing goodwill, 12,300. Yes. Now that one, we reduce this 12,300. Na nataka ukiandika hivyo unaenda unaangalia penye iko, so that you get to the speed. Then you get difference hapa. Nakuwa 51,200. 16,800 minus that. 16,800 minus that. Fatima? 16,800 toa hiyo. 4,500. 4,500. So class, you see, the retained earning of the parent company will be reduced by several things. Retained earning for the parent will be reduced by several things. Remember, we had 3 items. So we had UPS. So for the UPS, we reduce here. Less UPS. And how much is our UPS? How much is our UPS? UPS ilikuwa 4,000. Realized profit on stock. Naweza iweka hapo hakuna 4,000. Then you can less we less it's an item. There is an item called ile yenye tunapeka kwa admin. Tunaita nini? Impairment of goodwill. Goodwill impaired. How much was it? 600. Hizi inazikumbuka vizuri. And then for the Zuri Limited, tunatoa Zuri Limited less depreciation undercharge. Remember, hiyo item ilikuwa nini? Ilikuwa an item of Zuri undercharge. How much was our depreciation undercharge? It's clear here. It's clear. It's 1,200. And then you get the difference there. You can need to adjust kidogo hapa ili kuje hali inaonekana. This is 1,200. So can you give me the net amount for each? Hapa tapata ngapi? 51,200 minus that. 51,200 minus that. 46,600. What about 45 minus that? What? 45 minus that? 3,300. What I want you to note is the retained earning here after reducing the goodwill impaired and UPS, we shall take 100% of that retained earning. So for the retained earning tunachukua 100%. What about for the Zuri Limited? Which percent shall we take? Which percentage shall we take? Which percentage shall we take? The percentage of the shares acquired. Ilikuwa ngapi? So here we take 100%. And here we take 80%. 80% of that. So we don't know that. Yeah, this we shall take 80%. So what is 80% of 300? This is 100%. 80%. This is 100% of that. So retained earning yetu 2640. Retained earning basi sasa carry down or to record is 46,600 plus what I've been given there, 2640. Kwa ngapi? Kwa ngapi? Na hiyo ndio tunaleta hapa. During exam, don't go that route. So itakuwa gumu. Itakuwa ngapi retain earning hapa? Total 49 to 40. So class, with one unknown NCI, non-controlling interest, is it possible for you to get that unknown? And you have total scope, na tunajua kwamba hata pale total asset, total equity and liability should be the same as total asset. Is it possible for you to get this one? Is it possible for you to get that one? Is it possible? Class, I'm asking a very simple question. You have now one unknown. You know that already your asset hazina maneno ziko sawa. And then your total equity and liability unajua zinafaa kuwa hivi. Na sasa hapa kwa equity and liability uko na one unknown. Is it possible for you to get? Si unachukua hii unatoa hizi zenye ziko available ili unapata hiyo. Hebu niambie ni ngapi before I show you the formula. Yeah, less. Hebu fanya hivyo and then tuone formula yenyewe. Formula yenyewe 5200. So tunaiweka pending 5200. Let's now use the formula to see whether that will be the case. Condition of the NCI. Let's compute the NCI. Let's compute the NCI. So class NCI share. Take computation NCI. So you take the total net asset, and the total net asset class, total net asset tutachukua ordinary share, retained earning. Sasa as they are in the NCI for Zuri Limited, hii ni ya Zuri Limited. Retained earning utachukua ile direct evaluation. And then this one you less what? Less depreciation under charge. So ukiwa na hii formula utakuwa sawa. Then you get the proportionate of what? Proportionate share. Okay. So ordinary share ni ngapi ya Nzuri Limited? Just check. Just give yourself that duty to look at it and give us ordinary share ya nini ya Nzuri Limited. Angalia tu, yani the direct one yenye iko pale, yenye unaiona pale, 4,000, right? 4,000. Retained earning ni 16,800. Then evaluation tulikuwa nayo 6,400. And our depreciation under charge 1,200. Na hii tunatoa. So total tier difference hapo. Achia hiyo. After mfanya hiyo nini hivyo. Total itakuwa ngapi? You want to confirm what Salome told us there whether inaingiana. Hapo wacha nione nani. It should be up to speed, by the way. I think speed sahi sasa you need to practice 26,000. So class, if the majority shareholder took 80%, what about minority shareholder? And this is what we are computing. Minority shareholder percentage yake ilikuwa gani? If majority shareholder had 80%, what about minority shareholder? The NCI is 20%. So proportionate share of 20 of that 26, 20% of what? 6,000 is what will be your what? Na ni ngapi sasa? 20% of 26,000. So it's proven that it's 5,200. So if you want perfection on that, it is 106, 140. If you want perfection of that, you can maybe look at maybe NCI, and then utafute hii na hiyo njia ya kutoa difference. Unknown, you find unknown. But in exam scenario class, kitu kama retained earning wachana nayo. It will take you more time and it will waste you more of your time. It will waste you more of your time. So class, are we together up to that point? I'd like to know whether we are together up to that point before we move to the next part. Are we together really? Are we Are we ready to get? Group question is a savior, by the way. Group question is a savior. Oh, Fatma ananikumbusha break kidogo. Okay. Group question is a savior. Are we ready together? I would like to get a signal from maybe, if not all, let's have a signal from almost 10. Karibu 10. Are we ready together? Group. Because hii ni sasa ya cash consideration. I want us to look at another one. Yeah. Consideration is not through cash. Consideration is not through cash. Then we look at another one. Yenye maybe tuko na nini? Tuko na ile kampuni nyingine. Kuna kampuni ya tujaguza ile joint venture ama nini? Ama associate. Yenye tuko na kampuni 3. So hiyo nyingine sasa hata tutakuwa tufanya hizi. Mambo na retainer nini? So tunaachana nazo. Na hata kwa mtihani ukifanya hivyo, you get your marks. Ukiacha tu. Achia examiner at least something. So the class, I think naweza pata break kidogo, dakika kama 5 hivi, and then we come back. We do another question. And that question, acha kwanza tuangalie swali inatoka wapi. Hiyo swali inatoka mwaka gani sasa hiyo swali inatoka mwaka gani? Oh. Wow. So can somebody look at September 2021, question number 2. September 2021, question number 2. That is the question that we shall be doing after break. September 2021. Somebody to share? Somebody to share? September 2021, question number 2. So somebody to share that paper as we head for a break for 5 minutes. September 2021. Sasa hii tutasonga kabisa mbio. Hii haina maneno mingi. So kwa hizo vifaa maybe probably wameita August. Naweza ita August, September. So kwa hiyo folder, just check. Question number 2. We can have the solution to this question. September 2021, question number 2. Chanda and Pete Limited. Chanda and Pete Limited. So class, you're going to guide me here. What is our first step? Anytime you find group question, it's something that you should start with. What is our first step? The starting point. Chakua ngapi? Group structure. Yes. Need first of all to identify the group structure. We have Chanda. We have Pete. Chanda, Pete. So these acquired 75% of share. So Chanda Limited acquired 75% of shares of Pete Limited. So that means in this case, Chanda will be parent or subsidiary. Chanda will be, you see, it has acquired more shares, more than 50% of shares. So this is the parent, translated to be the parent company. And this will be the subsidiary company. Parent company, the subsidiary company. Now let's look at the dates. What is the date of acquisition? Date of acquisition, date of financial reporting, and the start date of financial year, so that we know whether there will be apportionment. Start date. Hizi ni vitu zenye you cannot work that question without. So, somebody Catherine anapatia pale, let's see together. Can look at it together. China Limited, acquired that Paybill Limited on 1st May 2020. So the date of acquisition is 1st of May 2020. Hii ni muhimu sana. Yaani muhimu. So, date of financial reporting unaendaga kwa swali. Kwa swali yenyewe. Consolidated statement of financial position at 31st October. So tunatengeneza statement yetu 31st of October 20. It is still 2020. What was the start date of this financial year? Start date of this financial year? Somebody? Start date of this financial year. Iliwaambia mnasimama hapo mwisho unasema today is 31st of October 2020. So what will be the date tomorrow? 1st of November 2019. You backdate with 1 month. 1st of November 2019. Now, with that, we are able to know after how long did we stay with this Paybill Limited. So if we acquired Paybill at this date, 1st of May 2020, how many months did we stay with the company? Unaweza ionea hapa. Ama unaweza ona kampuni before we acquired hapa. How many months? Watu tuambia 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. Hapa. From hapa to hapa. Ama from hapa to hapa. So whichever. So it's always good to know the 3 dates. Know the 3 dates. Zinakusaidia kujua how many months. So class, for the income statement item, for the subsidiary which is Paybill Limited, we shall apportion with 6/12. Hiyo tushajua. True or false? True or false? True or false? True or false? We shall apportion with 6/12. Those income statement items. Now, class, this question, once you're done with that, we can now look at what examiner is telling us. That this consideration was made through share exchange. This is another approach. It was made through share exchange, which is very important for us, through share exchange. Now we need to know what is the actual amount payable, the actual consideration. This was made through share exchange. Na hapa sasa ndio zile vitu tatu zinakusaidia sana. The 3 things. When you hear of the share exchange, kindly, there are 3 things that you need to put in your mind. Value of share, number of share, and the last one? Tatu zenye lazima ukuwe unajua venye zinatritiwa. Value of share, number of share, and the par value. Asante. Those 3 things, you need to understand them. So in our case here, only that this question, sijui mimi sioni vizuri. We are told something. Through a share exchange of 3 shares of Chanda Limited for 4 shares acquired in Paybill. 3 shares for 4. No, 3 shares for 4. Niliwaambia kwamba una divide. Daktari akikwambia hii dawa ukunywe 1 times 1. Hii ni the same na kukwambia 1 by 1. No, 1 by 1. So by go with multiplication. So be checking. By we go with multiplication. 1 4 2. These 4, we go with a division. And in most cases, ndio tunakuta wana apply. So 3 share for every 4 in Pete. Here we are talking about shares. We are talking about number of shares. So we need to know where to start. We need to know where to start and start it very well. So class, they are talking about shares. They are talking about shares. And the shares they are talking about, it is the shares of the subsidiary company, which is our Pete Limited. So let's see this exchange itakuwa namna gani. See the exchange itakuwa namna gani. Let's go to where we have ordinary share capital. Value of shares. Nipatieni value of shares ni ngapi? Nataka itoke from that end. Tafadhali. Nataka itoke from that end. Ili nijue kwamba tumeshika value ni gani, number of share ni gani na value ni gani. What is the value? And it's for Zuri Limited, eh? So unaweza andika hapa Zuri. Ni Zuri ama ni Nzuri? Tuone. It's Pete. Akili iko bado kwa Zuri. This is 3,200 per value. Somebody to give me this per value. Per value. Yes, Pete ni Pete. Per value. Per value. Per value. Hiyo ni per value. Unajua hii per value ni ya? It is cutting across. Cutting across. It's 10. Shillings 10. Number of shares. Hapa ndio tuko sasa. This one we don't have, but we can get. To get number of shares is equal to value of share, then iandike tu value of share divide by what? Well, per value. Hapa lazima unakuwa mjanja kabisa, eh? Step by step will help you. 3,200 divided by what? 10. Napatia 300 Now, already now, we have our number of shares. Our number of shares. So we had to convert these to get our number of shares because the share exchange is through number of shares. No, because you told that a share exchange of the shares of Chanda Limited. We're dealing with the number of shares up. So 344. 344. 344. Kindly confirm whether we are together up to that point. Tuko pamoja hadi hapo. Kupata number of shares. Nataka tuende pole pole. Are we together? Are we together? Just want us to move. Pole pole. Let me get more confirmation whether we are together, because if you miss it here, mambo na share exchange itakuwa shida. Na staki ikuwe shida. Let's confirm whether we are together. We are just confirming whether we are together. Are we together? Any question? Kupata hapo number of shares. Una swali? Because if you are not together, either you have a question. Are we together? Are we together? I'm waiting for 2 more. Two more. All right, good. Now, class, remember, the acquisition here or the consideration here is done through share exchange. So, the percentage that you are told, this 75%, is what our parent is taking from the subsidiary. And now, through share exchange. So, what is the 75% of that? And your parent atakuwa inachukua 75% of 320. Hiyo ndio parent itachukua. Itakuwa ngapi? 240 shares. Tunaenda vizuri. So 3 344 of 240 shares ndizo zitakuwa nini? Exchanged. 344, yani don't struggle. Once you get the portion, get the fraction. So 3/4, 3/4 of that is the share that will be exchanged. Itakuwa ngapi? Tuta tuone actual cash money itakuwa ngapi? Watu wanapatia 180. 180. This one is refer to the number of shares that will be acquired by this parent. Lakini sasa parent company examiner continued and give us the market price. Market price. This will be selling at what? At the market price of how much? Market price. Ili tupate the actual fair value valued at 40 and 20 per share respectively. So ya parent ni gani? Hapo lazima ukuwe mjanja. Respectively. Hiyo jina Chanda parent, kweni Chanda si ndio parent? Tushajua Chanda ndio parent. So chama. Can you revisit that? No ma. No. Now already now this is the parent who is paying the consideration. So you use the parent market value. Parent. Sababu itauzwa at the parent market value. We are going to value it using the parent, then 40. So it will be 180 times 40. How much is that? Itakuwa valued at how much? Hiyo itakuwa our purchase consideration. 7,200. 7,200. Good. Now that is the purchase consideration. Purchase consideration. You can call it that. Purchase consideration. So wakati unaenda kunini goodwill, computation of goodwill, this is the amount. Purchase consideration. And there has been share exchange here. There has been share exchange. So you can say that this one is the value to use when computing goodwill. There has been exchange of shares. Through this share exchange, kunaweza kuwa na share premium when you issue share at a higher price than expected, than the normal. The ordinary share will increase with a certain amount as well. So I need to see what examiner told us about this. Tumeambiwa namna gani? Better limited as that fair value. So let's look at this angle. So if now the parent is selling it at 40, that means there is a higher. Lydia ansema turudie. Lydia, where specifically should we repeat? Where specifically should we repeat? Where specifically should we repeat? From the difference of 180 and 240. Okay, 180. Okay, 344 shares. The exchange ratio is 344 of the shares acquired by the parent. Shares acquired by the parent. Sawa. Now, ngoja kidogo. 3/4 of 240. Yeah, and the 240 is this one, the shares that were acquired by parent. So the share exchange will be like this. So this will be the number of shares. Number of shares. Good. If that is the number of shares, to make it or to get the value of consideration, the value of purchase consideration, you multiply by the market value of what? Of the parent, and it was 40. The market value of the parent was 40. The market value of the parent was 40. You multiply by 40 as the market value. And now, since the par value, ama market value, ukiangalia value was 10 initially for the ordinary share was 10 shilling. And at this point, the market value has gone to 40. So that means ordinary share will increase by 30 times 40. And 30 times 180. Ordinary share will increase by 30 times 180 because it was issued at a premium. At a premium. It was issued at a premium. So 30 times 40, moja kidogo hapa, 140. 30 times 180. 180 is what our number of shares are. So ordinary share will increase with that because it was issued at a premium. We also need to know e-premium equal worth how much? E-premium equal worth how much? So can you give me that? 30 times 180. 30 times 180. 30 times 180. 5,400. And we know this one include the premium and the what? The premium and the what? So for the premium is for the remaining amount, 10 times 180. 10 times, not 10 times from 180, but the difference between the 7,200 minus 5,400. Itakuwa ngapi sasa hii? 7,200 minus 5,400 itakuwa ngapi? So how much shall that be? 1,800 still. So it's giving you the same. Okay, 1,800. Aha. So it's the same as these remaining par value times the shares. So this will be translated to the premium, the share premium, and these will be added to our ordinary share. So ordinary share will increase by 5,400, and now we shall have an item known as share premium. We shall be having an item known as share premium. Shall be having that item known as share premium. Let's look at what they are telling us. I think we can do the working. So niliwaambia kwamba the moment sasa tumefika kama saa hii hapa, you can do that question without doing other workings. Let's look at additional information number 1. At a fair value exercise conducted on 1st May 2020 concluded that carrying amount of Paybill Limited's net asset approximated the fair value with the exception of an item of plant which had a fair value of 320 million in excess of carrying amount. Now class, if this item, this 320 million, the fair value is greater than the carrying amount, what are we expecting? Na hii language examiner anapenda kuitumia sana. The fair value, tulisema aje, if the fair value is greater than the carrying amount, is it an undercharge, overvaluation, or under? It is revaluation gain. Yeah, it is a gain. So itatupatia depreciation undercharge ama overcharge. It will give us what? Depreciation. So I think class, we can use that to work everything. So let's compute depreciation undercharge because tuko na item. Useful life ni ngapi? What is the useful life? So depreciation undercharge in working 2. Angalia useful life tunaambiwa ni ngapi? So this is 340. 320. 320 divide by the useful life. Hatuna salvage 4 years, but remember to apportion by 6/12. So depreciation itakuwa ngapi? Depreciation under charge. Na hiyo ni item tukishamaliza tunajua kwenye tunaiweka ta. In fact hii swali tukishamalizana na workings, you can do it alone. You can do it alone. So simpatie depreciation under charge itakuwa ngapi? 100. I want to get several. Ala, sasa mchama mbona unapata tofauti? Angela anapata 40. Mchama, can you check what you have? Mchama wewe, mchama, if somebody is near you, don't forget your portion. Depreciation is an income statement item. You can see you are 160, your portion now, you get that. Good. Now we go to the next, I think, wacha tuzifanye hizi working, itakuwa easier for us. Next one. In the post-acquisition period limited, sold good worth 1560 to Pete Limited. So hapa kuna intercompany what? I understand. But now you pinch yourself so that at least utasahau. Pinch yourself. Don't forget to pinch yourself. So here we need to get the UPS, unrealized profit on the closing stock. Already we know that 1640, your 1540. Where shall we treat? Where shall we put that 1640? 1640. 1560, I think. Your intercompany sales. Yours 1560. We erase it from there. We erase it from what? Revenue as well as cost of sale, right? And then it helps us to get what? To get our UPS. So tumeambiwa ni stock gani ilibaki at the end? Stock worth how much? Which proportion of stock remained in stock? Fanya working class hizi ni mnaweza ifanya. Stock gani ilibaki? A quarter, si ndio? Kuna mahali wamesema hivyo. 1/4 of the goods of inventory as at that date. Na kulikuwa na markup ya 30%. So a quarter of 1560, hiyo ndio tunaitaga RIS, remaining intra-sales. Remaining intra-sales, hiyo ndio tunaitaga RIS. Ni ngapi? Remaining intra. Sasa hapa at least tutatumia ile formula yetu ya kupata UPS. So a quarter of that ni ngapi? Do it very fast. 390. And then class, you are told that we had a markup of 30%. So to get our UPS, welcome table, to get our UPS is 390 times 30%. So how much is the UPS? Very fast. UPS yetu ni ngapi? UPS ni ngapi? Are we moving the right direction? Salome nitakuchuna. Nitawachuna hawa. Nimeweka mtego already. Nimeweka mtego hapa. Hiyo mtego inakuwa ya kufanya at least you are able to do what? To understand the concept clearly. Remember, to get the UPS, we say it's lease remaining intra-sale times what? Profit margin. Lakini examiner amepatia nini? Markup. Profit margin. So you must convert this margin into what? Into markup, tafadhali. Salome, are we together? We also have another person who stated, Angela, are we together? Have you remembered the formula? Don't ever forget. Ujue examiner yeye si ati anataka akupeleke under the bus. And when you are under the bus, what do you expect? Takanyangwa. So can you convert that profit markup E30 translated to margin? Translate it. I'd like to get this from Salome. Translate this markup to margin. How much is our margin? We need margin. Margin is what we need. Ningapi? We're waiting for Salome. Ama Angela. Angela, you can pass the ball. You can always pass the ball. Margin yetu itakuwa ngapi? We say that ukipewa markup, acha tujie, ukipewa markup ya A over B, margin itakuwa A over B plus A. Sawa sawa. So ni the same case. You translate this 30 over 100. Naona, ukitranslate hii itakuwa 30 over 100 plus 30. So itakuwa what? 30 over 130. Sawa. So let's get our UPS. By the way, tukifanya hizi workings, hiyo swali mtachafua na mwachane na the two. So this will be 390 times 30 over 130. Napatia ngapi? Na mnajua kwenye itatumika. Already people got it, 90. Wow, that is very good. UPS 90. Tumemalizana na hiyo. Where does 90 affect in our income statement? How do we treat 90 in short? How do we treat 90? Somebody. How do we treat 90? How do we treat? Yani, hizo vitu unafaa zikwe hapa by the way. Because computation ni rahisi. Add to cost of sale, asante. Then, wewe predict. Ni vizuri unasema utaifanya nini kwa inventory. Yes, you less from inventory. Hizi tunapiga two birds with one stone. Tukishamaliza hizi vitu tunafanya. For example, hizi mbili. Kwa our ordinary share, I know that ordinary share will increase with this. No. Then I'll be having a share premium of 1800. Napiga two birds with one stone. Then I know this one. Depreciation under charge. How does it affect our accounts? In the income statement, how is it treated? Depreciation under charge. Hizo ni vitu zenye tunasema hizo kuwe nazo hivi. Juu computation ni rahisi. Then how do I treat it? You less from PPE. Yes, that's okay. Still, you add to cost of sale. And then ukienda huko further, huko nje ya if you want to compute something to do with the retained earning, unajua kuna mahali ina affect. Your NCI kuna mahali ina affect. But those are not major. In fact, those one, leave them for the examiner. Hizo za huko mwisho. Alright, we can move to the next part. Tuone kama we have another working that we need here. We have another working that we need here. So, if I look at China Limited Trade Receivable include 320. Wacha tujaribu kukazana na hii, tujaribu kui squeeze. Trade Receivable include 320 million due from Pete Limited. Hiyo ni intercompany debt, which did not reconcile with the corresponding trade payable. Hapa kuna key. It's like kuna cash in transit. Hapa, acha tuone. There was a due to cash paid to Pete Limited, which had not been received by China Limited. You examine na yeye na hatupati ni ngapi hiyo cash in transit, hatuambii hiyo check ilikuwa ya ngapi. So in such a case class, you just apply what you have. But wacha tuende tuone kama watai mention policy of measuring the NCI interest in the fair value as at 1st May 2020. The non-controlling interest in Pete Limited were fair valued on the basis of the market price of Pete Limited. Sasa nataka muniambie, when we shall be computing goodwill, shall we use full goodwill method or partial goodwill method? That information means a lot to us. Full goodwill method, Muchama, or partial goodwill method. That information means a lot to me. Full goodwill. Unaona wame mention NCI. They have mentioned NCI. Therefore, we shall be using what? The full goodwill method. Na niulize. Kama parent ilichukua 240. kama parent ilichukua 240, subsidiary ilikuwa ime na ngapi percentage? Percentage was 240 was equivalent to 75% of the 320, si ndio? So the remaining itakuwa ngapi? Ili tupate value of NCI at fair value. 25% of 320 ndio itakuwa number of share, and then you multiply by what? Na kwa tu rahisi bana. Si mtupatie hiyo 25% of 3 whatever. In fact, it's the difference between 320 na 240. Is it 80? 80. And then what was the market price ya hii jamaa inaitwa Pete? Market price yake tumepewa pale. Sasa hiyo mpaka sasa goodwill yetu inakuwa hizi hapa 20, so 80 times 20, hiyo ndio value ya NCI. Sasa itakuwa 100%, 75 ile 7200 plus hii itakupatia ni 1600. Yeah. Group. Then hapo pengine wanasema namna gani? Goodwill was not impaired. All other comprehensive income occurred after 1st of May 20, unless otherwise stated, indicated. All other item of income and expenses are deemed to accrue evenly over or throughout the year. Good. Plus, I think with that information, the whole of that information, we are good to have our goodwill. We can have the goodwill as the first thing that these people want us to have here. Tumepewa cash in transit. Hebu kwanza mniangalilie. Tumepewa cash in transit mahali. Wanasema it did not agree. Have you been given cash in transit? Have you been given cash in transit here? Sioni. It's ngoja kidogo. It is 25% of kuna mtu anataka 240 or 320. Okay, it is 25% of the total value. The total of value 320. Sawa 320. 240 hiyo already ni ya 320 gani? Which is 320? 320 ni ile. Okay, it's a good question. 320 ni ile tulipata. Somebody to help 320 tuko nayo. What is the value of share? What is the value of share in the... Yeah, it's the number of share, by the way. So wacha turudi kidogo nyuma. Value of share ilikuwa that 200. Alafu sasa tukapata number of share by dividing by par. Number of share. Hiyo 320 ndio tunaongelelea. Dividing by par. Sawa. So hii ndio 320 tunaongelea. Number of share. So 25% of that ndio itaenda kwa NCI. Sawa. Umeshika? I hope we are now together. It's good to always ask. Sawa. So let's have the goodwill. Let's have the past Roman number 1. Ukishakuwa na goodwill, hizo zingine itakuwa easier. And group question, this a guarantee. You expect that hii lazima itakuja. Hii ati nini ama nini? Hapana, itakuja. So this is goodwill computation. Na ni ya Pete Limited. So shillings can be here. And we know purchase consideration or cost of investment that the parent paid. Ilikuwa ngapi? Cost of investment usha compute 7200. Then add NCI at fair value. NCI at fair value. Plus tumesema NCI at fair value itapeanwa na nini? 80 times 25%. No, times 20. 20 is the market value. which somebody give me 1600. So what is our total consideration? Total consideration. Somebody to give me the total consideration. Allah, there's something I need to do very fast. Allow me to connect my something here. Oh. So I think now that is okay. So somebody is giving me 8800. Somebody is giving me 8800. I can see everyone is having 8800. That is okay. So if the total consideration is 8800, I less net assets at the date of acquisition. Net asset at the date of, please pardon on how we get that 20. Collins imepeanwa hiyo 20 imepeanwa. It's a good question. It's a very nice question, and that shows that you are able to follow. Imepeanwa. Look at our paragraph number 1. Paragraph number 1. Mahali tulikuwa na 40 ya parent, tuko pia na 20 ya subsidiary pete. Good question. Yeah. I know you are connecting this. Na ukipata unasema. So I want us to look at net assets. The fair value of net assets. Remember we said easy tunachukua whatever that we have. Ordinary share tuko nayo. Ordinary share. So I'm waiting for Collins. Ordinary share class tuko na ngapi? Ordinary share, that's 200. Collins, I'm waiting to see whether you have got that. Just confirm. Yeah. And then we had revaluation. What is the revaluation? Valuation yetu ilikuwa 320. Then we have to check whether we have any other item. We have any other item. Collins waiting for you. So now here it's retained earning. Retained earning. So class, if you could do me a favor, information, sio additional information, first paragraph, kule juu, swali kule juu, mwanzo wa swali. Kindly confirm. Utaona tu mahali. Unakumbuka mahali tulitoa 40? 40 market value. Hapo tu information. Good. You're following. That is very good. Now class, if somebody could do me a favor and get for me the retained earning, that could be a milestone to this person. That could be a milestone because this is something that disturbs student. So what is our retained earning? Somebody. Because that is the only item. Once I get that, niko sawa. I don't need any other thing. For me to get goodwill, nishamalizana goodwill yangu hapo. Nipatie tu. Si ujaribu tu. Si utumie ile njia nyingine hata yenye tulitumia. Kwani si kuna everything there. Retain earning. Na ukumbuka hii ni retain earning, which is post. Unakumbuka vile tulipata ile 12,300. Cost what? So, retain earning yenye tumepewa pale direct. I hope you can see the retain earning tumepewa pale. Retain earning kwa balance sheet. What is the retain earning kwa balance sheet? Retain earning kwa balance sheet, nipatie hiyo value kwa balance sheet. Nione kwa balance sheet. And yeah, you should choose that of the subsidiary, right? 47. 4780. Hiyo ya subsidiary. This one include, it is all the earnings, even profit for the year, earning for the year, minus that earning for the year for Pete Limited. Hiyo ndio njia unatumia hii. Hiyo ya Pete Limited, earning for the year. Angalia tu kwa income statement ya Pete. Hapa sasa Felix anatupatia different. Usha compute, all right? Watu washa compute. Watu washaniambia sasa hata wacha kushinda ukiendelea. Already, for the sake of maybe somebody who is not getting a job, our retained earning profit for the year ni 2640. So you less 2640 and then you add a half of that. Less 2640. Nini watu ni watu wa nguvu. Plus a half, or let me use 6/12. Ili isi confuse mtu bona mnatumia. A half of what? 4780. Ukifanya hivyo, is that the one giving you that 460? Is that the one giving you that 460? Kindly? Is that? Have you done that? A half of 26? Oh, yes, this is that of the year. Oh, so, yes, 2640. Yes, that of the year. Profit 2640 before we acquired this. So it's getting to 3460. At 460 hapa. So add for me the 3. And then I pose another question here. Mtego hapo nitaweka mtego. Add for me the 3. Less fair value of net asset and the date of acquisition. Total hapa. Total hapo 6980. 6980. 6980. I find 75% of 6980. 6980. Are we moving in the right direction? 75%. Hiyo imepeanwa. Angela, hiyo evaluation, hiyo inakuwaga direct. Ni kama ile 6400 yetu. Evaluation ndio inafanya upate additional information number 1, upate depreciation under charge. Evaluation. Are we moving in the right direction, Salome? Somebody to pinch Salome kidogo. We are not moving in the right direction. Since we are using full goodwill method, we don't apportion hapa sasa. We don't share premium haitakuja hapa. You itaenda. You see, it was an item that just emerged. So that one will not affect us here. That one we shall take it to the balance sheet. Now, here class, we just less direct like that. Because already this was 75%. The reason why we don't apportion. So this was 75 and hii nayo ikapatia 25%. Unaona? Already 100%. Na ndio maana tunaita full goodwill what? Full goodwill method. I hope now you are able to see this thing clearly. That's why it's called full goodwill method. Because we have already 75 already there. 25. Sio ni 100%. So we don't apportion here. Tunatoa direct. For passion ndio are we now together? Give me the goodwill. Na sasa juu hatuna impairment, this will be goodwill at reporting. Hatuna impairment. So hii ndio tutapeleka kwa balance sheet. Goodwill at reporting of 1820. I'd like to know whether we are together. Are we together, class? Are we together? Nafanya kwamba siendi haraka kwa hii swali so that you get to see the real picture of what is expected of you. When it is a share exchange, when it is through cash consideration, how are you supposed to approach the question? So are we together up to that point? Are we together? pamoja hadi hapo. Pamoja hadi hapo. We get a confirmation. Now class, this is the goodwill that you take the balance sheet. This is the goodwill that you take the balance sheet. And since we have done most of the working, almost all of them, at what point do we use partial goodwill method? A good question from Lydia. Somebody to help Mwalimu to answer, Lydia. Somebody to help Mwalimu. Yeah, it's a good question. You have very nice question. And I always expect such questions. We always expect such questions. Lydia, somebody to answer her. I know now I have teachers inside here. When we are not given non-controlling interest, when NCI, information about NCI is not given. NCI is not given. But sasa saa hii tumepewa information hata yenye inatusaidia kupata nini? NCI. Tumepewa. In the additional information you can see the NCI there. So wakati hiyo iko, you scrap and say that you use partial goodwill method. Lydia, I hope we are together. Lydia, I hope kwa pamoja. Kama ile unaweza angalia ile ingine ya goodwill venye tulicompute, hiyo hatukuwa tumepewa NCI. Tumepewa. So class, I think Loma number 2 and Loma number 3 you can do it. And sijui sasa nyinyi ni kama mko busy sana. Can you form groups? Kama sasa hiyo swali Loma number 2 and 3, I expected you people to have a group. Mudiscuss vizuri. And remember, kitu muhimu ni correct entries. Ukiona kwamba kuna entry 2-3 inakuchanga, we usijali. Usijali. Imagine hiyo swali utakuwa umepita. Ukitoka uko na point 2-3 wazingiani. Hiyo isikushtue sana. Wewe ukishaweka correct entry, mwalimu trade receivable. So hapo kwa trade receivable, I hope huyo examiner alisahau kutuambia kwamba unless from my paper yenye niko nayo hajaniambia hiyo cash in transit, but naona kulikuwa kunafaa kuwa na cash in transit. What do you think, Frederick? What do you think? Or any other person? What do you think, you people? Mimi naona kulikuwa kunafaa kuwa cash in transit kulingana na vile alikuwa anaelezea hapo hiyo statement. Angeniambia pia a check or this. Naona can we use the 20 as the cash? Sasa yote sasa you need a debt, you need a debt. So mimi ningesema kwamba if at all you want to use cash in transit, if at all you want to use that concept of cash in transit, you can choose a value. Useme maybe 20 million ndio ilikuwa cash in transit, ama useme 40 million was cash in transit, and then you will apply pale. Or you can do that question the way it is. Use the 320 as intercompany debt. Use the 320 as intercompany debt. Are we together, Frederick? Are we together? Good. Now, class, I think I'll be very just to give you that question. Mwende mngangane nayo and time yourself. You do the income statement consolidated and the balance sheet consolidated, and then sharing. Once you share, at least utaona kuna kitu maybe huko unajua and mwenzako ameulizia, and then utakuwa unaielewa vizuri. So class, I think that will mark the end of our today's session. Let's keep safe. Let's meet when we must. Otherwise, I wish you a blessed day. Any other question as we wind it up? Any question? Okay, do we promise to do that question? Do we promise to do Allah? Which apana? Where, who is this? Frederick. All right, let's all keep safe. Let's have a blessed day. Goodbye. Kuda groups sasa.